Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm starting the spring cleaning series today, which I'm pretty excited about. In my last video, I talked about how I've just been really looking forward to the warmer weather and kind of getting like a fresh restart and everything. So today is the start of my first video of the series, and I think I'm gonna start with the kitchen. I've been trying to figure out where I wanna start with, but for me, there's been some spots in the kitchen specifically, which I'll show you, that have been bugging me. So I just want to go ahead and get started on that area. I feel like we spend so much time here, so I just want to get this area ready and cleaned up. And I'm gonna start making my list because I actually put together a list for you guys for spring cleaning that has pretty much what I hope is an exhaustive list of like everything that you can do to clean your house for the spring. And as I was looking at it for me to do my list, I kind of got overwhelmed with how much was on it. And I realized that I really don't need to do everything that's on the list. Some things might be something that is more pressing in your own home and maybe not so much in mine. So I just figured I will make one big list, and then probably what I'm thinking is the best way to do it is to then just kind of look at the list, pick out some of those things, like maybe 5 things in every room that you're like really looking at and saying, oh, I haven't done that in maybe a year or two, something like that. And then picking those out and writing them down on a separate list and kind of just using that smaller list. That way you're not getting overwhelmed or feeling like you're not accomplishing enough. I think just picking a couple of things will make a really big difference. So that's what I'm gonna do here in just a second, is I'm gonna start my list for the kitchen today. And I'm a little bit sad because we're talking about spring cleaning and I've been talking about all this warm weather. And today in Tennessee, it's supposed to be like 66, which is awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. But then it's supposed to snow later tonight. And I think we're supposed to get maybe like 2 inches. So fingers crossed that it doesn't actually snow or stick, because like I've been saying, I'm over it. But yeah, I'm ready to get this kitchen started, get it all fresh and ready and clean for the spring. All right, so here's the list that I came up with. I want to make sure that I clean up first. Gonna wipe some cabinets and drawers down because those are actually what's probably bothering me the most on my list of things here. Get everything wiped down, do a good wipe down of those appliances that you don't do, every day. Get wiped down of the backsplash, getting rid of some expired food because for whatever reason we seem to have a decent amount of it in our fridge, and wiping down and cleaning out the fridge, and then organizing that pantry too. So hopefully we can get this all done today. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is one of the major cabinets that's really made me want to be cleaning all of this stuff out, because I think it's stuff we don't do all the time, but as you can see here, there are like a million crumbs from this toaster. So some of my other cabinets look kind of like this also, and I'm just wanting to get that all cleaned up and tidied. And now that I'm looking, I'm seeing other stuff like, I don't even know what this is. So gonna do a really good wipe down and get all the crumbs and dirt up. This is a little bit better view of all of these crumbs without everything in here. Look, it's like, oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Yeah, we're gonna vacuum this up. Stuff is on this side. Oh my goodness. This is that cabinet I've been wanting to do. So we're gonna get this all vacuumed up. After I emptied out these little trays, I saw there was still a ton of crumbs in the toaster, so I was trying to figure out a way to get them out. I was kind of trying to shake them loose and it just wasn't working. So I actually wound up flipping the whole toaster upside down and just dumping it out onto the counter and then vacuuming up from here. It was a little bit easier this way. And then I also wanted to do a good deep cleaning of this George Foreman grill because this thing is, I love that it cooks things like hamburgers and, you know, whatever inside and you don't have to heat up the grill and do all of that. So it makes it a little bit easier that way. But for some reason, this thing just gets so greasy and I don't love always cleaning it. We actually, when we cook with it, we put tinfoil on the actual grate so that we don't have to scrub those every time. But still these like little nooks and crannies, especially like where the thing folds together, it gets so greasy. So just doing a really good deep clean here because it needs it. So that first cabinet that I just did was definitely the worst with all those toaster crumbs. So the rest of these shouldn't be too bad. I'm just kind of going to go through, declutter a little bit. I don't have too much of that, and organize. And then I'm also just going to go ahead and drop my hand mixer. This happens every time I pull it out. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and reorganize all of these, give everything kind of a quick wipe down, and then go ahead and put everything back from here. What I've been doing with our shelving liners is just pulling them out, shaking off all the crumbs, and then using just water to brush off most of the dirt that collects on these. I've been trying not to scrub them too much because the like fabric or texture of these shelving liners tends to kind of, I don't know what to call it, like pill and kind of come off a little bit if you scrub it too much. So that's why I just wanted to do a quick rinse off with some water, and then I actually put them out in the sun to dry for a little bit since it was still pretty warm out when I was doing this. One of the things I'm notorious for doing is putting things into cabinets in a way that doesn't make practical sense. And what I mean by that is I sometimes put pots and pans and things like that we use all the time way in the back, and I'm constantly reaching over them, over the ones we never use. So all I'm doing here is just reordering everything so that it makes a little bit more sense. And then I just wanted to quickly show you our Tupperware cabinet as well. Something that really changed keeping this a lot neater for us was using a shoebox and putting all of the lids in here rather than putting them down in mixed with all of the things or putting the tops on them. So I just wanted to share that quick tip. If you need something to help keep your Tupperwares more organized, that shoebox for the lids has been a game changer. Do you ever start a project and then you're like halfway through and you're kind of like, why did I start this? I don't feel like finishing it. It's kind of at the point I'm at, and I haven't even finished half the stuff on my list yet. I got the kitchen tidied, and I've got almost all of the drawers and cabinets cleaned out and organized. This one is kind of like, this one is a massive cabinet. I'll show you the inside of it, but it kind of goes all the way back underneath our island, and it's just a pain in the butt, but for whatever reason, this is where we keep a lot of our stuff. So whenever we're having like guests over or doing Thanksgiving or Christmas, a lot of our dishes, like all the big casserole dishes, serving platters, like the bakeware cake sets and that kind of stuff, that's all in here. And I've rearranged it a few times. The first time I had it set up, and it was like, for whatever reason, I was always reaching towards the back to get the same stuff over and over again. And I was realizing I needed to kind of like flip it. So the stuff that we only use for like Thanksgiving and Christmas is now like way back there. And so now like the more stuff that we use more often is right here in the front. But it still, for whatever reason, just like does not stay organized. So this cabinet kind of drives me nuts, and I don't want to do this, but I also know, like thinking about future me, I will be very glad the next time I go in here when I'm cooking something and I can just like easily pull it out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this. We actually don't have a ton of drawer space in this kitchen. I think we only have 4 or 5 drawers in here, but they're all kind of on the small side, so it does make it pretty hard to organize some of these things, like our bigger knives and all of those, you know, like the can opener and pizza cutter, like all those kinds of utensils. They don't fit in here great, and I wish I could find better organizers that made better use of the space, but for now I'll just continue looking and we'll just have this kind of stuff just sort of sitting in here. Not the most ideal, but it's what's working for us right now. Oh my gosh, so like I said, I feel like I'm already over this project, but I haven't even got that much stuff done. Only basically the first 2 things off my list. But I'm wiping down the dishwasher, oven, fridge, and microwave. That shouldn't take too long. Backsplash, same thing. Expired food, I don't know. I'm gonna try to, you know, keep going with this, keep trying to keep myself motivated. So I think we're gonna do this today. It's like 2:20 right now. I'm gonna give myself like another hour and see how far I get today and see if we can do this. I think we can. We can do it. We might not get to the dishwasher sanitizing like I wanted to go through and do all that, but we'll see. So I just wiped the front of this down. I didn't record it, but I just wiped it down like I've been doing with everything else. And I was looking at this glass. I don't think you can really tell in the camera too much, maybe like this spot right here, but there's double glass. So there's one on the outside and then one on the inside as well. But there's like stuff in between the two pieces of glass that I can't get to, at least that I know of. So just putting this out here, if you know a trick to get up in there and get in those spots, let me know, because I'm not really sure how to get in there. And it's looked like this for a while and I've been trying to figure it out. Okay, so next I'm gonna start here on the pantry, and it's really not too bad. It looks pretty full from here, but the reason is because the price of food has been going up so much. We've been kind of stocking up when stuff is on sale that we typically get. So that's why this pantry is so full. I'm really just gonna do like a reorganize. I'm not gonna pull everything out just because I don't have the time today, but I think we can make this look pretty good. Maybe use about 20 minutes or so and get everything all rearranged. All right, so that's actually all I'm gonna do to that today. Looks a little bit better. This area down here is really full because this is kind of where we keep all of our back stock of things. So like under there, we have some peanut butter down there, like new oatmeal, all like oils and spices and extra tea since we drink a lot of that. But then I also keep a lot of our snacks down here because Brewer is pressing his hungry button. He wants the rest of his dinner. I keep the rest of our snacks down here because I don't like having them like eye level up here, because if I do, I'll just go for the snacks all day long. But I've noticed since I move them down there, I really only go for those like when I'm really craving them. So that's been kind of a good trick for us. It's worked pretty well, but it does make this bottom area a little bit tricky. But yeah, there's a pantry, got that all done, and now hopefully gonna wrap up with the oven. I just wanted to show you guys these real quick. These are 4 little buttons we have. When I said Brewer was telling me he was hungry, we have hungry, and then walk. They're just little buttons that he can press to tell us different things. So he uses them. Sometimes he really only uses that green and the blue one. I don't even remember what the pink and the orange ones say. I think like car ride and park, because he loves going to those. But sometimes if I wait too long to feed him, he'll always tell me hungry with that green button right there. So that's what I was talking about. He was pressing that a few minutes ago. And the last thing I wanted to wrap up with was the oven. But I also just realized I put hot water in here, turn the oven on, and then I'm gonna clean it, so it's probably gonna be pretty hot. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Also, Brewer's drinking lots of water. I don't know, I haven't found the best way to clean an oven yet. I am trying to do things as naturally as I can. I don't love the idea of putting like cleaners and products into my oven where I'm gonna then heat it up and cook my food in it. For me, I don't know, something about that doesn't seem right. I don't love that idea because I just keep imagining all those chemicals and things like that getting into my food. So I've been trying to do things a little bit more like green and sustainable. So that's why I was trying to do the water and like heat up the oven and then like kind of make it so that everything could come off easy, but then I forgot that it's gonna be really hot, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be great. It's still really hot, and it doesn't really look like anything came loose, so I'm maybe gonna have to do some research and finish this one on another day, I think. But I will record it for another video, I promise. I didn't finish the oven completely, so we still have to clean that on the inside, and then the fridge as well didn't take everything out and like wipe down those shelves, which I still really want to do. But I feel really good with everything else that we got done. Getting most of those cabinets kind of cleared out and vacuumed out was really the big thing that's been on my list and kind of bothering me, but it does feel a lot more fresh and clean in here now. So hopefully gave you guys some ideas. Make sure you check out the list, the complete list that has everything on it. And don't overwhelm yourself, just pick a couple of things. I will have that posted down below, and I'm gonna try to put it in the community tab as well. That way it's there if you guys wanna use it or reference it. I kind of went through Pinterest and like compiled every list that I could find, because there were some lists that like didn't even talk about cleaning the oven or cleaning out the fridge, and I thought that was strange for like a spring cleaning. Because for me, when I do spring cleaning, I really want to do the things that I don't normally do every day throughout the year. So that's what I have on my list. Make sure if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I am going to be doing more videos in this series for spring cleaning. This was just my first one. So we tackled the kitchen today. There's definitely going to be more with some of the bedrooms, bathrooms, all of that stuff, getting those things nice and clean that we don't do every day. So I'm excited for it. And I really just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Even though I'm like exhausted and tired, I am having fun doing this, and I'm just like, this is definitely getting me in the mood for a new season. Because like I said, it is supposed to snow tonight, and I told you at the beginning of this video when I started recording that it was going to be like 66 degrees and then snow tonight, and since then it's already cooled down a whole lot. Like, it does feel actually kind of chilly outside now. So who knows, maybe the snow will happen. I'll have to update you and let you know. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Everything is all nice and clean now in the kitchen like I just showed you, but I just wanted to quickly show you just the behind the scenes of cleaning up after cleaning up. So we have stuff everywhere still. Gonna clean this up a little bit. This was stuff that I got rid of when I was organizing. So yeah, just wanted to show you it doesn't all look perfect. Might in front of the camera, but always know that there's still more behind the scenes that you're not seeing.